It's a pleasure to be here today. I did forget my script, so I guess I'm just going to have to wing it this morning, okay? Again, I'm Todd Weber, Vice President of WTHI TV here in Terre Haute. We are a CBS affiliate, covering two things: a little bit about the job opportunities that will be available to you and how it's changed, and also how technology has changed our business. We're more than just a television station now. We're a full platform digital content center, okay? And that's a whole gamut of things, but that's things that you guys need to know. Many years ago, 1987, I think I sat in the same sort of seats you guys did. I went to Eastern Illinois over in Charleston, similar college to Indiana State, trying to decide what I wanted to do. So I chose a career in marketing and advertising, and it's worked out well. The only real job I've ever had has been at WTHI TV. I started as a sales rep, selling advertising, straight commission, throw the phone book at you and go get it. First year made $3,000 or $4,000 a year. I thought that was great, and then kind of worked my way up from account executive into local sales manager, national sales manager, and then general manager. So each level you kind of move up. News, you've got production support, you've got promotions, you've got technical, and you've got sales, of course. And now we've got one called digital media, which is a brand new one, which that's where your growth is going to be in the future. And each one of them has to work together to make the success of your television station or content center, okay? In the old days, if you had breaking news, you'd go grab a camera, and then you'd go grab a photographer and a reporter, and you go get your big live truck, and you just go down the road as fast as you could, and 2 hours later you get your live shot tuned in and this and that, and then the fire's pretty much out or whatever, and then you put it on the 6 o'clock news and people go, "Oh, I didn't know that happened. Boy, that's pretty cool." You know what? In these days, the way information flows, something happens, you guys are going to want it in about 3 or 4 seconds. You're going to want that data. The consumer wants that information. So that's how television stations have had to adapt to that, because the old days of just waiting for it to be on the news at 6 o'clock, sure, if you want a recap of kind of what happened, you can watch that, but you guys and the consumer wants to hear the news, and they want to know what's going on now. If you got a tornado bearing down on Indiana State right now, you sure as heck don't want to wait till 6 o'clock. We want to know what's going on now. A lot of companies now are investing in television stations in the media because they realize they survived this depression that we were in, and people still need information, and television stations and digital content centers have evolved into a good profit center. So hiring has picked up again, okay? So jobs for the future, digital content producers, they're in high demand. That's someone who basically takes the content and puts them on a website, puts it out through email, puts it out through text messages, works the Facebook sort of thing to get information out. These are all brand new platforms that now we do on a daily basis. Again, going away from the traditional, well, we just wait to the 6 o'clock news to put it on. Something happens, bingo, you're going to get a text alert, you're going to get an email, you're going to get, it's going to go on our website and this and that and so forth. So a digital content producer, I would say, is probably the #1 job in demand. The #2 job is a news producer. A news producer is a person who basically writes the news, okay? They work in the newsroom, they're responsible for a newscast, putting the different blocks together, okay? We've hired some producers, I think, from here in the past. News producers are always going to be in demand. They're hard to find. It's a tough job if you're good at writing. You're good working with stress and deadlines, okay? But it's a very, very good job. We have a lot of turnover in that because, again, we're a smaller station. We do a very good job, and bigger stations come in and take our good talent, but that's okay. People have the opportunity to make more money. There's no problem with that, okay? So digital content producers, news producers. Of course, webmasters are always good. They're people who kind of watch over the website, watch over all the ad placement that goes on with text messages and pre-rolls and things like that, okay? Webmaster is also a good position to have. Graphics, computer graphics, designing logos, brands, not only for your newscast that goes on every day, but also for, again, the internet, all your digital products, developing your commercial logos from your advertisers and things like that. So if you're good in graphics and good in computers, big demand in that too, okay? Of course, salespeople. Salespeople, back in the old day, they could kind of sit at their desk and, you know, Honey Creek Mall would send this huge order in. They'd go, oh, well, okay, here, put that in. Oh, that was easy. I made a lot of money. Really didn't do much. Salespeople these days, they do a lot. They put their own orders in. They sell the ads. Instead of selling television, they're selling television. They're selling the website. They're selling text messages. They're selling email blasts. They're selling coupons. They're selling search engines. They're selling ads on ESPN.com and Yahoo and all sorts of things. So their toolbox has expanded tremendously. I wish I had it back in the day because I could have probably been retired by now, but I just had selling television. So salespeople have all these tools to sell, okay? Any client in the world's available for them to go after with the new media that you have. It's just not based on, well, you know, someone in a 60-mile radius of Terre Haute is watching your TV station, because now it's worldwide with the internet and everything else you have to do. So that's added a nice revenue stream to broadcast television stations. Writing and being creative, and also you got to be a leader, because there's hard decisions. I mean, the news business, I mean, you got to be a little feisty, you got to be a little confident, you got to be thick-skinned. I mean, if you're soft-skinned, you got to be tough, because things change. You're dealing with emotions, but at the same time you have to control them, because you know you got the viewing public that relies on you. I mean, it's a life and death matter a lot of times. So a producer has to be a leader, because they can step up and say, I don't think this story is right. You know, we don't have the correct information, because if you run that story, you know, we may put someone's reputation on the line, or they may get arrested or lose their job. I mean, there's those sort of things that, as a producer, you have to be involved in. So, and we have like a library, so we know what Fort Wayne's doing. I know what Indianapolis is doing. I know what Dayton, Ohio is doing. I know what Buffalo. They send all their content into this hub. So if we see something relevant to our market, we can pull that story off the computer and we can run it. So for example, let's use a bad example, but you know, maybe the mayor of Terre Haute was up in Fort Wayne. Okay, now we own Fort Wayne TV station, okay? So maybe the mayor of Terre Haute was up in Fort Wayne and got in a car accident, and they went and covered that. I could take that video and that story and be able to run it on our station. And that's the advantage we have being with Lynn Media. So,
where's the line in a management sense between what you can decide for WTHI versus what Lynn TV might decide for WTHI? What decisions do they make to you?
Well, I've been on the two different ends of the spectrum, because I have been there 20-some years, and I worked for 3 different corporate owners. Lynn is outstanding because they leave the decisions up to the local management. I'm hired to do a job, and that's to make this television station as successful as possible, okay? In the past, I maybe worked for an organization that based their research off of national type things, and he remembers. We didn't do sports for a while. Well, how can you be leading the way in the Wabash Valley and all of a sudden I don't have a sports department at Channel 10? So, you know, gosh, that was kind of a tough thing to do, okay? So to answer your question, the court company that I have, they leave basically 99% of all the decisions up to me and my management staff to run the operation, to do things based off of research that we do with viewers, and this and that and so forth. And they just give us the resources to do. In recap, again, I think the future is a lot brighter than it was a year ago when I spoke. The economy is getting better. The reset of our business, which I mean by that, has been done. The jobs have been eliminated and been cut. Going forward, again, it's all about digital growth. And your traditional jobs of producers and reporters and salespeople are going to be there. So hone up your skills, and good luck to you guys.